Kitty here, and as you guys must have read from the title, I am going to tell you guys my pet peeves. So this video was actually really hard for me to do, just because it's really hard for me to actually think of pet peeves, because normally you wouldn't notice these things, like things that annoy you or anything. So when I was asked to do this, I was like, pet peeves, what annoys me? So I came up with 10. And now these pet peeves, there are two types of pet peeves. There's one that it will always get to me, like ooh. And then there are some where it really depends on my mood, how I'm feeling, and then yeah, it might become a pet peeve. Sometimes I just let it go. But yeah, so let us get to talking about my pet peeves. My pet peeve number one is I don't like people eating my food. Now you'd be like, oh, I think a lot of it. Well, the thing is, if it's a food that I really like and I want that food, like I would say, okay, that's mine, and order it. I want it. And if there are people around me, mostly it's always like just my family, but they, you know, if they kept on wanting to eat it over and over, I'll get kind of annoyed. If like, I ordered it, so I want to eat it. Like, stop eating my food. So that's a little something. It doesn't necessarily happen all the time, so this is more of a situational kind of pet peeve. So number two, it really gets to me when in my situation, when my little brother eats first. Like, well, why? Well, the thing is, a lot of the times during like the weekends, we bring food home, and the thing about my little brother is he tends to eat without thinking much. So if he likes it, he'll just eat it and eat it and eat it without a care in the world about if we ate it or not. And so it really gets to me. Like in the beginning it didn't. I just, you know, like, yeah, go eat it, go eat it. But now it's to the point where it's just like, no, you're not gonna open it, I'm gonna open it, and you're gonna have to wait until I open it. I'm here, and then we start eating all together. It's just to prevent him from eating something and finishing it, because that happened before, and it's just like and it gets to me. Yeah. Number three, it gets to me when people chew really loudly or eat with their mouth open. It gets to me. Like, I will say when I was little I did do that. Like when I eat, I'll be like that. But yeah, but my mom and my grandma was like, stop eating like that, and I stopped it, and my little brother actually did it as well, and my mom would like, stop eating like that, and we actually stopped. And so good thing that none of the people in my family or my friends eat like that. But sometimes when you're eating out, and then you have like people around you, like in other tables, they would be eating like really loudly with their mouth open, and just that chewing like really loudly, it's just like, it's just like. Now this one, it depends. If it's someone I know, it will get to me, and I'll be like, can you stop? But if it's like I said, like a stranger, I would kind of endure it and try to ignore it as much as I can. Okay, pet peeve number 4. Now this pet peeve actually, it depends on my mood. So leg shaking. I don't like it when people shake their legs. Now, like I said, it really depends on my mood, and I only get annoyed if they're sitting at the same table as me. Because if you're sitting at the same table, like the ones with like the chair and then like the table is like together, and you know how like people, when they shake their leg, they're pretty much shaking their whole body, and eventually you're shaking the whole table. And so when you're shaking on the whole table and I'm sitting there, I would get annoyed. I would be like, stop shaking. Like, it gets to me. I won't say it out loud, but I will get really, really annoyed with it. So I really don't like people when they're shaking their legs. Now, I understand some people do shake their legs just because they're nervous. I would understand that. So I'm okay with like watching someone. Like if I see someone shaking their legs, I'm okay with it. Like it won't bother me, but if I'm sitting at the same table as them, and that gets to me. Pet peeve number 5, spitting on the floor. It gets to me. I find it really annoying when people spit on the floor. I don't know, to me it feels really disgusting. Like, I know the floor is already dirty itself, but to just spit on the floor, it's just like, and every time I always say, what has the floor ever done to you to be like spitting on the floor? Like, I personally don't spit on the floor. I don't throw things on the floor. Like, if I'm walking down the street, I won't throw my garbage on the floor. I won't like do anything, like I'm just walking on the floor. And that's why floors are so dirty. So dirty. You have like gums and all these other stuff going on. But yeah, when someone spits on the floor, it's just like I will like look away. But it's like really disgusting. Really disgusting. And there was this one time where it was really windy. Now this is like but yeah, it was really windy, and there was like a guy in front of me, and he decides that, okay, let me just spit on the floor. So he spit, and because you know the wind is really big, the wind was blowing this way. So his spit, or at least part of it, or a little bit of it, like got on my hand. You know how disgusting that was? I was like, ooh, oh my god. And I'm sorry if I grossed you. Pet peeve number 6, I don't like it when people talk on the phone so loudly, like you have no idea. It really is, like, especially on the bus or on the train or any place that's like closed in, and you have this person just talking loudly, like everyone can hear their business. It gets to me. It's just like, why? I don't need to know what's going on. You don't need to speak that loud. Like, the speaker's right there. You don't need to speak that loud. And so that's why whenever I answer my phone, I tend to like talk really low. Like, even though I don't talk really loud, usually, but like when I'm on the phone, I'll be like, hello, yes, okay. Like, I don't, because I don't like that when people talk really loud, so I tend to talk even lower. So yeah, it gets to me. It's just like, I don't need it. And then so the good thing is I have my MP3 player all the time, so I just like blast that music. I don't blast it like really loud, but to the point where I won't be able to hear that clearly about what they were talking about, but it gets to me. It's just like, lower your voice down, lower it, lower it. Pet peeve number 7, it gets to me when people are copying me. Now when I say copying me, not like mimicking or anything, I mean, even if you do mimic me, I find it like funny depending on what you are mimicking. But yeah, normally it gets to me when, like I said, if you're copying me. Now when I say copying me, it means like things that I do or things that I kind of wear or anything. It gets to me, and this only happened I think once so far. It's like during high school, but yeah, like this girl would just kind of copy me. Like I would wear rings all the time. Like in high school, I really like wearing rings, and she would also be wearing rings at like at the exact same fingers. Whatever I'm doing, she kind of does kind of the same thing, and it gets annoying, and it gets to you. And I'm sure for the ones out there, you know what I'm talking about. Pet peeve number 8. Now this one is just being disrespectful. So it really gets to me when people, like when you're on the train or when you're about to get on the train, you're waiting for the train, people don't let the passengers off and then they just go in. It's just like, hello, you're supposed to let them out first before you go in. And then it gets me even madder and annoyed when the person behind you, like, they start to kind of like get pissed at you that you're not walking in, and I'm like, it gets to me. It's just like, they need to come out first. Like, let them come out first and then I'll go in. There's no need for you to give me an attitude or like be pissed off that I'm not walking. Like, you clearly see that there are still people walking out. Like, hello. Like, I know you want to get seats and everything, but I'm sorry. Pet peeve number 9. Now this pet peeve is more on like a situational kind of thing. It doesn't get to me normally, but if I am late, well, not late, but if I am on a schedule and I am in a hurry to get somewhere, people who are walking really slow, it gets to me. Like, I personally actually walk really fast for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. So a lot of the times when people are walking slower than I am, I'm like, it's just like, hey, walk any faster. But it, like, for this, it really doesn't get to me unless, like I said, if I'm in a hurry, like I need to get someplace, or it's just like there's my mom walks like really fast. So like if she's walking really fast and I want to catch up to her, but then there's like this person right here, right in front of me, walking like really slow, like they have all day to just walk the streets, it gets to me. I'll be like and then it really gets to me when I have nowhere else to kind of go. Like sometimes you can actually like just walk past them, but there are times where it's just like you can't walk past them because there's people walking this way, and then there's just like everyone's all packed together that you can't go like around them or anything. So that kind of gets me. But this pet peeve doesn't happen a lot. It's like once in a while, and mostly it's because of like time issues. It's like I need to get to this place, like, walk a little faster. Okay, and the very last pet peeve number 10. When people complain too much, it kind of gets to me. Now, when I say complain too much, it's like every single little thing they have to complain about or whine about. That kind of gets to me. It's just like, look at the happy things, like think positive, like stop thinking so much of the negatives. I don't know, I'm a really positive type of person. I tend to forget all about the negatives. I mean, there are some negatives that I do remember, but I tend to always look at the positive rather than negative. And so when people complain and complain and complain, it kind of gets to me. It's just like, okay. Okay. Like, I won't show it, but in my mind I would be quite annoyed. Now, I don't really show my annoyed side to people, so I don't think people know what annoys me, but yeah. These 10 things kind of annoy me. They do. I just don't say them. Okay, so that is all for this video. These are my 10 pet peeves. Comment below what your pet peeve is. What is like one thing that gets to you every single time? Like no matter what, no matter who, no matter when, if that happens, it gets to you. Tell me in the comments below. And that is all. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.